Okay, we have a lot to do out here. I've sort of been neglecting this because this week I was mixing things up and kind of using the library as my home office space, but I want to clean this up this morning. Uh, Gosh, it's such a disaster. It's so overgrown. It's beautiful. It looks great when you drive by, except it kind of doesn't, right? So we're going to tackle this morning. I'm not sure how far we're going to get. Um, let's get going. This week looks a little different around here. There's no giant decorating transformation, no dramatic before and after, and honestly, no grand plan worthy of a Pinterest board. This week is about the unglamorous stuff: grass clippings, weeds, trash, literal and proverbial, and finally getting some mulch down in the front yard. And honestly, that feels pretty appropriate right now. Sometimes life puts you in a season where you're not building something brand new. You're just maintaining what you have, clearing out what doesn't belong, and trying to make the next step a little easier. There are some changes happening in my life right now, and I'm in one of those tougher seasons where you learn that you can love people, care deeply about them, and still not be able to make their choices for them. That one is so hard. So today, we're keeping things simple. We're getting outside, getting our hands dirty, pulling some weeds, picking up the junk, and doing what we can do. Because sometimes progress isn't glamorous. Sometimes progress is just mulch. So grab your coffee, come hang out with me, and let's get this little corner of the world looking better. If you're new here, my name is Rita Slanina. I'm an actress, author, lifestyle content creator, and your shopping bestie over on Amazon Live. And over here, we do all things homemaking and decorating, cleaning, cooking, and today, weeding. Let's get started. I've been thinking a lot lately about how we're always encouraged to be growing, expanding, improving, doing more, achieving more. And sometimes I think we forget that not every season is for expansion. Sometimes a season is just for maintenance, for taking care of what you already have, for clearing out a few things that have been hanging around way too long, for figuring out what still works, what doesn't, and what you actually have the energy for right now. And I think that's okay. There are some changes happening in my life at the moment, and I'm definitely in one of those seasons where I'm having to remind myself that I don't have to solve everything today. Sometimes you can see what needs to happen next. You can even know exactly what you would do if you were standing in someone else's shoes, but you can't make somebody else take the step. And that's a hard lesson. So I'm trying to focus on my own little patch of ground, literally and figuratively, and take care of what I can take care of. And apparently this week, that means weeds. And honestly, I'll take the weeds any day. Weeds are refreshingly straightforward. They don't argue with you, they don't ignore good advice. You pull them out, they're gone, and everybody gets to move on with their day. If only life came with a gardening glove and a little shovel, would that not be amazing? But maybe that's the point. Sometimes the best thing we can do in a difficult season is stop trying to force the entire garden to bloom and just take care of the little piece of it that belongs to us.
Last time we talked, you had nothing to say. You chose to walk, give what we had away. I hope you get what you're looking for, but babe, with me, you close the door on everything we could have been. Don't go thinking we could be friends. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know, and when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends, it ends. I really thought we might have been it, so my heart was shattered when it took the hit. Oh, I can't imagine doing all that again, even for one night, to see where it went. Here's the thing, you made your bed, I just got your stay out of my head. No, you can't bring us back from the dead. 'Cause when you know, you know, and when you don't, when it ends, it ends. When it ends, it ends. End of the road, nowhere to go. You cut the ties, you burn the rope.
I'm also not really someone who likes to make videos about the hard stuff that's happening behind the scenes. Not because hard things don't happen, they absolutely do. But I've never wanted my life to sit there and stare at me from across the room while I make content about it. I'd rather look ahead. I want to daydream. I want to build things. I want to laugh. I want to make my house pretty and put shiny things and fuzzy things everywhere. Especially when autumn rolls around, y'all already know. That's where my brain likes to live. Because I've learned that sitting in a negative place for too long doesn't actually make the situation better. It just drains you. It steals your energy, your creativity, your sense of humor, and sometimes even the way you see yourself. And I don't want to give difficult circumstances that much real estate in my head. So lately, I've been making a very conscious decision to choose my peace. Not ignore reality, not pretend everything is sunshine and pumpkins, just choose peace anyway. Sometimes that means putting on a good song, opening the windows, getting outside, making something beautiful, and basically deciding, you know what? I'm going to have a good day. And sometimes that song is Corinne Bailey Rae telling me to put my records on. But honestly, girl, put the records on. There is something powerful about deliberately choosing joy when your circumstances are trying very hard to convince you otherwise. I have found that when I protect my peace, I have more energy for the things I actually can change. I'm more creative. I laugh more. I think more clearly. And even the bad days seem to go a little better because I don't need to roll around in the mud just because somebody else decides to jump in it. I can simply not get muddy and then go make something pretty.
I got my head in the clouds so high, around, but I still get by. Rules were made for someone else to try, but not me, not me. Ooh, they say slow down.
Well, it is a hot mess out here. It's been storming pretty much every night, so I'd like to say I'm going to get out here this weekend, but I don't know. But definitely got to get into the chicken workout. Jojo, oh, what's going on with her over there? Don't know. Okay. What is that, chicken? What are you doing?
Every scar reminds me why I came. I've been broke, I've been blessed, carry faith in an empty chest till now. The stars are down like good old friends, saying, boy, don't stop where the sky just ends. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight. Sky is the limit, no chance to hold. Sky is the limit, I'm breaking the mold. Sky is the limit, I'm out of control tonight.
I think one of the hardest things to learn, especially if you're a person who naturally wants to fix things, is knowing when to stop carrying something that isn't yours. You can care, you can love somebody, you can offer help, you can point toward the door and say, hey, there is another way through this, come on. But you cannot walk through the door for them. And I think that's where we sometimes get ourselves into trouble. We start carrying things because we care so much, and eventually we're exhausted from holding something that really was never ours to begin with. That's a pretty heavy backpack to take into the day. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is put it down. Not because you don't care, because you finally understand that another person's choices, reactions, decisions, or path through life belongs to them, and your path belongs to you. That doesn't mean you stop loving people. It doesn't mean you become cold or indifferent. It means you stop confusing love with responsibility for someone else's life. That's a big distinction, and honestly, I'm still learning it. But I've found that when I stop trying to carry what isn't mine, I suddenly have two hands free again. And those hands can do something much more useful. They can build, they can create, they can plant something, they can clean up the yard, they can make a ridiculously cute fall display or tablescape. They can hold a cup of coffee, they can wave at the chickens while the chickens completely ignore my boundaries. You know, important things. Sometimes putting something down isn't giving up. Sometimes it's making room for what you're actually meant to carry next.
We keep on moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. No, we ain't slowing it down. We ain't slowing down. Moving, we keep on moving along, we keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we ain't slowing it down. Let's go. We ain't slowing down, baby. Come and show me how. Gotta do it right now. You know you gotta hold me down. Can I let the moment pass? Good things they never
never last. Pull up in a whip, you know I had to hit the gas. Yeah, that's premium. Pull up with a team and I'm ain't worried about the other side. They know that they ain't beating. I'm on everything I love. Work to the man above. Keep it cool, calm, collected. At this point, you get the message. Life is hectic, but we gotta keep it rolling, though. Gotta keep it grooving, keep it moving like we stole it, though. Rolling with the punches, giving hits like we are Interscope. Even though I'm clocking, punching in, I'm independent, though. Staying prayed up, ain't nothing gon' phase us. Ain't never gon' let a lame say what they just made up. I never take a pay cut, we getting what we worked in. I never change the blueprint, cause we know it's really working.
Keep on moving,
Moving,
we keep on moving along.
keep it moving, keep
on
it
rolling.
rolling.
No, we ain't slowing it down.
Never slowing down,
Keep
never
on moving,
moving,
we keep on moving along.
keep it moving, keep it
on rolling.
rolling.
No, we ain't
Keep it rolling, keep it
slowing
moving,
it
we ain't
down.
never gonna lose it. Cause we in it for the movement. If I'm lying, then I'm flying. Don't play into their amusement. If we trying, we ain't dying. Never sleep, never sleep, never. The moment that you rest your head, they think they can't compete. If you gotta skip steps, then the plan is not complete. Get your reps in, get your reps in, get your. Never rest on a past success. You gotta love what you do if you tryna be the best.
Keep on moving,
Moving,
we keep on moving along.
keep it moving, keep it
rolling.
rolling.